Hello dear students, welcome to Axiomaticos. This video is the part of the solution series for CSIR NET June 2018 and we are doing this problem 79 of the section C. So it is a problem of complex analysis. Let us have a look. Which of the following statements are true? So first option we have that if this AK is bounded, this is a sequence, then summation ak z to the power k defines an analytic function on the open unit disk. So we will read the remaining options later because they are too much to read. So while we were solving them, we will read them. Alright, so now let us try to solve this first one. So now let us see this note. It's a very important note regarding power series. What it tells us that if summation ak z minus z naught to the power k is your power series and I is the interval of convergence, alright, it's the interval of the convergence, then it represents an analytic function on that interval. Are you getting my point? So let us say that if you have a power series like this and I is the interval of convergence for this power series, then what will happen? On this interval, this power series will represent an analytic function. So this is very important note. Now what is given to you is this, that AK, this sequence is bounded. This is given to you. I am talking about option number 1. Now because AK is bounded, it implies that summation AK z to the power k, alright, let us apply mod. So this thing will be less than summation ak z to the power k. Alright, now because ak is bounded, so by the definition it will be bounded by some number m, a real number. So I am just writing m in place of this. Alright, so if I replace this with m, then we have no problem in the inequality. Inequality will still exist because we are bounding this with m. So now let us take m outside. What will happen? You will get m summation modulus of z to the power k. Now for this power series, what do you know about this power series? A special power series. You know that for all mod z less than 1, the power series converges. I am talking about this power series. The power series summation modulus of z to the power k converges. Alright, we know this. Now because this converges and the sum of this power series is less than this, by using the comparison test, what we can say that summation a to the power k z to the power k converges. Alright, absolutely means its modulus is converging. Absolutely, summation a to the power k z to the power k converges absolutely on mod z less than 1. Why? Because the series which is bigger than this one converges. So now see, what do we know about absolute convergence? That if we have a series which is absolutely convergent, then it is always convergent. So you will get this, that summation a to the power k z to the power k converges. So finally, what conclusion that we can draw from here, that according to the note, all right, so whenever this power series is convergent in the interval I, then what will happen? It represents analytic function on I. It means according to the note, summation a to the power k z to the power k represents analytic function on mod z less than 1. What is mod z less than 1? It's the unit disk. It means that the first option that you are working on is correct. Alright, now let us move to the option number 2. Now see, in the option 2, what is given to you, that if summation 8k z to the power k defines an analytic function on the open unit disk, then ak must converge to 0. So now see, I will take my ak to be a constant sequence and this constant sequence is 1. Now what power series we will have then? We will have just this. Now if you find out the radius of convergence for this power series, what will be the radius of convergence? Radius of convergence for this power series will be like this. Limit k goes to infinity. Alright, so I should write 1 by r. So you will get an to the power 1 by n. Alright, so what you will get? Because ak is constant, so this limit will be 1. Are you getting my point? Limit will be 1 because ak is 1. The sequence is constant. So finally what you will get? R as 1. So it implies for all z belonging to -1 to 1, power series converges. Power series converges. Now apply this thing that if power series converges on the interval I, then what will happen? Alright, I should not write this because it's complex case, it's not real anymore. So what I should write? I should write for all mod z less than 1, power series converges. Now this implies that for all mod z less than 1, power series represents analytic function from our node. Analytic function from the node that is given to us. Now see, in the option it is given to us that if summation a to the ak z to the power k defines an analytic function on the open unit disk, then ak must converge to 0. So this is what is given to us. Now in this problem, the counter that we have chosen for this one, ak is a constant sequence, that is 1. So will it converge to 0? No, it will not converge to 0 because it is a constant sequence, so it will converge to 1 instead of 0. It means that second option that you are given with is an incorrect option. Now let us move to third option. In the option third, what is given to us that if fz and zz are two power series whose radius of convergence is 1. Fz, it's given to us that fz is equal to summation a to the power k zk and zz summation bk z to the power k are two power series whose radius of convergence is 1. So if the radius of convergence is 1, it means that what will be the interval of convergence? Interval of the convergence will be this. This is IOC, interval of convergence. On the interval of convergence, according to the node given to us, fz and zz will represent what? It will represent analytic function. This implies fz and gz are analytic on mod z less than 1. Because radius of convergence was 1, it means that for all mod z less than 1, you will have this property that fz and zz are analytic on mod z less than 1. What do you know about analytic function? The important thing you know is that if two functions are analytic, then their product will be analytic on the same thing. So fz zz will be analytic on mod z less than 1. Now because it is analytic on mod z less than 1, so by the definition of analytic function, you can represent fz dot zz as the form of power series. Alright, so for every analytic function, you can represent that function as the sum of the power series. Alright, so it means that you can write fz zz in the form of this. Alright, on the unit disk on mod z less than 1. So unit open disk. That means the third option that you are given with is correct option. Let us mark here. This is correct. Now let us move to fourth option. Now see, in the last option what is given to us that if fz is equal to this, has a radius of convergence 1, then f is continuous on this domain which is equal to 1. Now let us see. For the fourth one, let us consider your fz to be summation z to the power k. Now what do you know about this? It is 1 plus z square plus z cube. Sorry, it is correct. And let me write it properly. So you have this, that fz is equal to summation z to the power k. It is like this. And you know that this is the expansion of 1 minus z to the power minus 1, which is equal to 1 minus z. Now this fz is equal to summation z to the power k. You know that for this, in the option 2 we just proved that for this the radius of convergence is 1. In the option 2 we did this part, that for this series the radius of convergence is 1. So if fz is equal to this has a radius of convergence 1, so everything in the problem in the fourth option that was given is satisfied. From here we will get, according to the option 2, if it is true, then what we will get, that 1 by 1 minus z is continuous on mod z less than equal to 1. So do you think if mod z is equal to 1 this will be continuous? No, it will not be, because at z is equal to 1 this is not defined at all. Alright, so which is a contradiction. If fourth option is true, we are getting a contradiction, because then we will get 1 by 1 minus z is continuous on this. But we know that if z is equal to 1, this is discontinuous function. So it is a contradiction. That means fourth option is incorrect. What was my assumption? Assumption was that fourth option is true. That means 1 by 1 minus z has to be a continuous function on this, but we know that it is not continuous, so fourth option is incorrect. So for this problem, 1 and 3 are the answer. So if you have any doubt, you can always join our WhatsApp and Telegram groups. Also, you can comment in the comment section. 1 and 3 are the answer, second and fourth are incorrect. So this is how you can actually solve this problem. All right, so thank you.